Hello, everybody, and welcome to this rooftop yoga space in the wonderful Douro Valley in Northern Portugal. We've got ourselves a wonderful backdrop for today. And this 15-minute class is one in our basic yoga series, and we'll be covering the basic standing poses and half sun salutation A sequence. Now, I have my trusty block here. A lot of times we use yoga props. They can be blankets, cushions, but today we don't really need it. But if you have one, put it at the front of your mat. And 3 things to remember today. 1, we're going to stand up tall in our standing poses. We're going to push through our toes, and we're going to breathe deep. And like always, we take safety first. So if any pose doesn't feel good, feel free to come out anytime and rejoin when you're ready. We'll get started standing in the middle or front of our mats. This is called mountain pose, and the arms come along your sides with the palms facing forward. You stand up nice and tall. You broaden through the collarbones. And you lengthen through the spine all the way to the crown of the head. And on the next inhale, you're going to raise your hands high to the sky. You can either look up or you just look forward, whatever feels good, stretching through the side bodies. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears. And then getting ready, on your next exhale, you're going to slightly bend through the knees and fold forward. We call this forward fold. Letting the head drop down. You don't have to straighten through the legs. You can have a nice bend in the knees. And relax your face and your jaw here. Sometimes we hold tension there, and we want to relax in this forward fold. Keep the breath nice and smooth if you can. And getting ready to move here. On the next inhale, you're going to come up halfway so you have a flat back, or as much as possible, as the hands come to the shins. Now it's like if we could put a cup of tea on your back and it would work as a table. The hands are on the shins, and you slightly squeeze the shoulder blades together, and you lengthen the spine. On the next exhale, fold forward. And then on the next inhale, come all the way up to standing as you reach the arms high to the sky, stretching through the sides. And on your next exhale, bring the hands down. The palms of the hands are to touch at heart center. And then let your hands come down back to our mountain pose, the palms face forward, standing up tall. Getting ready to move. On the next inhale, the hands reach high. On the next exhale, we fold forward. We're doing the same thing we did, just a little faster. Folding forward here. And on the next inhale, come up halfway. The hands come to the shins, a flat back. On the next exhale, fold forward and release the head down. Enjoy this fold, and when the next inhale comes, come all the way up to standing, reach the hands high. And as you exhale, the hands come to your heart. This is called the half sun salutation A, that sequence we just did, and we'll get more practice with it. For now, stand nice and tall, push through the toes, and get ready to move. On the next exhale, let the hands come down, palms face forward. Broadening through the collarbones, and as you inhale, reach the hands high to the sky. And as you exhale, float the hands back down. We're moving through arm flows. As the inhale comes, the hands reach up. As the exhale comes, the hands come down along the sides. You're just moving with the breath. Next inhale, arms up, stretch them high. Next exhale, float the hands down. Back to mountain pose. One last time. Inhale, those hands reach high to the sky. And as we exhale, we're going to fold forward, letting the head drop down. We'll keep moving with the breath here. When the next inhale comes, halfway lift. Nice flat back. As you exhale, come back down into the fold. Release the head, the neck, and the jaw. When the inhale comes, come all the way to standing. Reach the hands high to the sky. When the exhale comes, hands to heart center, the palms are touching. And here, we're standing up nice and tall, breathing deep. And then letting the hands come along your sides for mountain pose, the palms face forward. Now I'm just shifting my position on the mat. You stay there. And we're going to go through another variation of side bends here. So we're going to do some side bends as we inhale, the hands come up, reach them high. And on your exhale, you're going to gently reach the hands to the right, just a couple inches or centimeters. You're really stretching through the left side. You're reaching both hands up and to the right, but really through that left side. And you're still breathing deep. You can maybe even feel the breath fill up the left rib cage. And on your next inhale, come back up to standing. The hands reach high. And on your exhale, we're going to side bend to the other direction. So reach the hands to the left, just a couple centimeters or inches. But you're really stretching through that right side. Reaching through both hands, but reaching even more through the right side. As the inhale comes, back up to center, reach the hands high. As the exhale comes, fold forward. And we're moving through our sequence as we inhale, halfway lift. As we exhale, we fold back down and release. On the next inhale, come all the way up to standing, reach the hands high to the sky, stretch up, up, up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're standing up nice and tall, and this is called Samastitihi. And this is where we're in a meditative place. And then on the exhale, the hands come down, palms face forward. We're back in mountain pose. We'll get more practice with Samastitihi. Getting ready to move, we're going to put this all together as we inhale, hands reach high. As we exhale, hands float down, going through the arm flow. Inhaling, reaching the hands up, and exhaling, floating the hands down. Keep moving with the breath as you inhale, hands up, stretching through the sides. Exhale down, nice and slow. Next inhale, reach the hands up, keep them there. And as the exhale comes, side bend to the right, reaching the hands there, just a couple centimeters or inches. Not staying for long. On your next inhale, come back up through center, reach the hands straight up, and as you exhale, side bend to the left. And we want this not to be so big of a stretch in the right side, just to feel good, to open up the right side. As you inhale back to center, hands up, exhale, fold forward, release the head down. Moving through our flow as we inhale, halfway lift, hands to the shins. As you exhale, fold back down, release the head and the jaw. Inhale all the way up to standing, reach the hands high to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Again, Samastitihi. So it's a meditative place. And as we exhale, hands come down, mountain pose. Here is more active, broadening through the collarbones. Let's do this again. Inhale up. Reach the hands. Exhale, hands float down. Inhale, hands float up. Exhale, down. Keep moving with the breath as you inhale, the hands float high. Exhale, the hands float down at the same speed. Inhale, reach, reach, reach up. And then coming into our side bend, exhale to the right. Stretching through the left side. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale to the left, stretching through the right side. Inhale, back up through center, reach high. Exhale, folding forward, release the head down. Inhaling, halfway lift, hands to the shins. Exhale to fold down. Now we're staying here, and on the next inhale, we're going to come up to standing, reaching the hands high to the sky. As you exhale, hands to heart center, again, Samastitihi. And try to come into a nice meditative space where you're not thinking about anything but the breath flowing through you. You're nice and relaxed in samastitihi, so you're not so active like mountain pose, and you just feel the breath fill you up and release out. Next, inhale, the hands sweep high, reach them up. Exhale to fold forward, release the head, neck, and jaw. Next, inhale, halfway lift, hands to the shins. And now we're coming into a wide-legged forward fold. So the hands come down. So the fingertips are on the ground. And we're going to bring the feet out a little wider than our hips. Starting out not too wide. Straighten through the legs as much as you can. And then fold forward here, letting the head drop down. Really release the jaw. And if you feel you can walk the feet out towards the edges of the mat more to make the stance wider, feel free to do that. But take it gentle, just a couple centimeters or inches at a time. And wherever you find yourself in this fold, release the head down, the jaw, but keep the hands on the ground to make sure they're nice and steady. This should feel good. So enjoy the stretch. Again, try not to hold any tension in the face or the neck. Just let gravity gently pull you down. Okay, getting ready to move. On the next inhale, come up to a halfway lift in this stance. Fingertips come to the ground. And then toe heel your feet in so they're still wider than the hips and the toes face out just slightly. Now you bend through the knees and bring the hips down to squat down just a tad. And as you inhale, the torso comes up and the hands reach high. We're coming into what we call goddess pose. And you can either keep the hands reaching high or exhale, bend the elbows and the palms face up. Now you can bring the feet a little wider out. We just don't want those knees really passing forward than the ankles. So keep them right above the ankles or behind. And if it feels okay, sit low. And we're coming out of goddess pose. So on the next inhale, straighten through the legs and point the toes forward. Let the hands come down. You're in a mountain pose here. And then toe heel the feet back to right underneath the hips. So you're in that mountain pose standing tall. And we're going to do this one last time. Here we go. On the next inhale, the hands float up, reach them high. As you exhale, hands float down. We're putting this all together. Inhaling, hands float high. Exhaling, hands float down, nice and smooth. Keep this going. Inhale, the hands reach up. Exhale, they float down. And last time for our arm flow, inhale, hands up. Reach them high. And as you exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, reach the hands back up through center. And exhale, side bend to the left. Next, inhale, back up through center. Next, exhale, fold forward, release down. Let the head hang down and we're moving into a wide-legged stance. So bring the feet wider than the hips, maybe close to the edges of the mat. The toes face the same direction and then you let the head melt down in your fold. Keep the hands on the ground and enjoy this nice stretch in the back of the legs and the inner hips. Getting ready to move. We're coming back into our goddess pose. So on the inhale, you come up halfway lift, a flat back. And then toe heel the feet in a bit, but keep them wider than the hips with the toes slightly facing out. Bend the knees, the hips come down as the hands reach up in your squat. You can stay here with the hands reaching up or bend the elbows and the palms face the sky. The feet can come out. Make a wider stance if you like. Just don't bring the knees further forward than the ankles. Opening through the hips and the shoulders for just a little longer. On the next exhale, the hands drop down. Inhale to straighten through the legs. And then toe heel the feet back in, right under the hips. You're coming back to your mountain pose. And we'll finish up one last time. Movement with breath. Half sun salutation A. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Release the head down. When the inhale comes, halfway lift. When the exhale comes, fold forward. Next, inhale all the way up to standing, reaching high, stretching through both sides. Exhale, hands at heart center. And we're closing class just by taking a couple nice, big, deep breaths, standing tall. Feeling the air fill you up on the inhales and release out on the exhales. And then the next inhale you take, fill up all the way to the top, a big breath in. And as you exhale, bow the head down towards the hands, thanking yourself for practicing this basic 15-minute sequence where we practice half sun salutation A and standing sequences. So good job. We had our beautiful background here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you feel good. And I hope you stand a little taller as you go through the rest of your day. Namaste. Take care.